He was called a traitor, a dangerous man, a coward, and a disgrace. But through it all, he never backed down. This is the story of Bertrand Russell. Part 6, The Price of Truth. When Russell published his book Why I Am Not a Christian, it became a bestseller. But not everyone was happy about his views. Some religious leaders called him immoral and dangerous. But Russell didn't care. He knew that questioning things we're told to believe is what makes us human. And that's why he kept debating and writing about religion until his old age. He also wrote about politics. And when World War II started, he became a conscientious objector. Even though he'd already been arrested for his opposition to the war, he continued to speak out against violence and militarism. For him, war was not just an awful thing that happened somewhere else. It was a crime against humanity during the Cold War. He traveled to many countries trying to convince politicians to stop the arms race. And when he learned that the United States had developed the atomic bomb, he wrote an open letter to the president asking him to publish the results of the scientists' work, so that other countries could follow suit. Russell believed that if more nations had the bomb, then no country would dare use it. But this made him a target for the U.S. government, who thought he was a security risk. He was even labeled a communist sympathizer, even though he'd spent most of his life opposing communism. And yet Russell kept speaking out against war and injustice. He knew that being controversial would get him into trouble, but he didn't care. As he once said, "I would rather be right than be president." But Russell's personal life was controversial too. He married 3 times and had 2 children. And in 1912, he had a public falling out with his friend and colleague, G.E. Moore, after Moore criticized Russell's first wife, Alice, for having an affair with a younger man. Despite the criticism, Russell continued to have affairs himself and even had a son with one of his students. He was also one of the first public figures to come out as bisexual. All of this made him both admired and condemned. To some, he was a symbol of freedom and a role model for speaking your mind. To others, he was a scandalous rebel who was only interested in himself. But Russell didn't let the haters get to him. He kept lecturing, kept writing books, and kept searching for a better world. And that is his greatest legacy. Thanks for watching.